Let's say that the blues song you want to play is in the key of F. Then once again you have to decide whether you want to play the one chord down here in the first fret, where it can be really hard to make it sound good, or way up high here where the frets are so small that it can be hard to fit your fingers in the frets. That's another scenario where it can be really useful to voice the one chord with the root on the 5th string. But then it's a little bit different finding the 4 and the 5 chord, so check it out. So when you have your root on the 5th string, the upside down L could be a little confusing because let's say that we're in the key of D. This is your one chord. Then if you were to follow the rule that we used in the last lesson, this would be your root, but we don't have a voicing that has the root on the D string. So you need to go down an octave, which is down in the 3rd fret of the low E string. So your 4 chord would be here, right? Whether or not you understand that whole explanation doesn't really matter, because all you need to know is that this is your one chord with the root on the 5th string. Then your 4 chord will be down here on the lower adjacent string, down 2 frets. So try and practice this. 1 chord, 4 chord. And then logically, the 5 chord will be up a whole step from the 4 chord, right? 4 to 5, makes sense. So 1 chord, root on the 5th string, 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Let's take another key. Let's look at the key of F. F7 is the 1 chord. Make sure, once again, that your E string is muted and your G string is ringing from the bar so that it doesn't sound like a pretty major chord, but like a bluesy dominant 7 chord. Then your 4 chord will be in the 6th fret with the root on the 6th string, right? B flat 7. 1 string down, or up towards the ceiling, if you want to look at it that way, and 2 frets down is the 4 chord. 1, 4, and then up a whole step from that is the 5 chord. Let's take another key. Let's take the key of C. Here's the 1 chord. The 4 chord will be down here, voiced as a dominant 7 chord with the root on the 6th string. Once again, here you want to make sure that your D string is ringing so it sounds like a dominant 7 chord, right? And the 5 chord is here. Okay, so in this lesson we'll be in the key of F7. So if this is your 1 chord, your 4 chord will be here, and your 5 chord will be here. So quickly going through the 12-bar form again, you have 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Then to the 4 chord down here, 1, 2, 2 bars, 2, 3. Back to the 1 chord for 2 bars, 2, 3, 4. And then to the 5 chord, which will be in the same fret, but just with the root on the 6th string instead, for 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4 chord, 1, down a whole step, back to the 1 chord, and then instead of staying on the 1 chord for 2 bars, we are going to go to the 5 chord to turn it all around like we talked about in the previous lesson. So, going from the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 1 chord, 1, 2, and then the 12th bar is the 5 chord again to turn it all around and go back to the top. Now let's try it out with the backing track. We're in the key of F, so take a minute to find your 1, your 4, and your 5 chord in the key of F and play along with me. And once again, we'll just be playing whole notes, meaning 1 strum per bar.